It was violence, it was crime, it was theft, but that wasn't a part of our family. So even though we lived in the middle of it, it never really touched our lives because of our family values. My mom would say to me, because she was very honest about what was going on, she's like, you know, so-and-so is doing this, and you know so-and-so, really could be going to school, but is not going to school. So every day that you see that person out there, that's all they have. So you can either choose that, or you could choose to do something different.
Despite conditions in her neighborhood, Camelia was placed in a position familiar to many immigrant children.
I was translating for like everybody in the building. So the role of advocate came early on because I had a chance to really help people in whatever it was they were doing, whether it was an appointment, a doctor's appointment, or some form, or if they were applying for unemployment benefits. I felt like I was empowering somebody else. If I could get into a profession that I could do that, where I can speak for those who can't speak for themselves, or advocate for those who can't advocate for themselves, then that's what I wanted to do. Hi, Mom. My mom couldn't really afford to buy me a whole lot of books, but one book she did invest in was a dictionary. So I picked up the habit of like just skimming through and just seeing what new words I didn't know in this dictionary. If you do something good, she puts it on the wall. I mean, it could be something very minor, something very small. She'll blow it up, she'll put mat behind it, she'll put it in a frame. And next thing you know, you're looking at yourself like, wow, I did that.
Nevertheless, others discouraged her, but Camelia fought back.
You will have people say to you, well, how are you going to go to law school? You don't have any money. Or how are you going to go to college? College is expensive. And so you will hear these things said to you over and over and over again. And if you buy into that, if you accept that for your life, then that's what's going to happen.
But Camelia didn't let that happen. In fact, right after high school, Camelia felt that she was prepared to tackle college.
Well, if I took calculus and I took advanced placement history and advanced placement English, I'm ready for college. Little did I know that when I got to college, everybody else had taken that. And had taken it at an earlier age with less distractions than the distractions happening at my high school.
But nothing could have prepared her for law school.
First year is the toughest because you have new material, you have new information, your schedule is different, so you have to learn what your place is in all of this and how you're going to make it work for you. So in that sense, it's difficult. Is it impossible? Obviously not. It's just something that you have to be willing to work at, and work at every day.
That hard work paid off, and 3 years later, graduation day arrived.
It was a great day. My sisters were there, my mom was there, and when I got my diploma and I was able to hand it to her, I felt that in some small measure, I was able to repay to my mom some of the things that she has been able to do for me just by giving it to her and her being able to read it and seeing that it was her daughter's name on that diploma.
Camelia went on to work, first for her local government, then for a labor union, and currently she works for the state of New Jersey.
Failure for me was not going to be an option. If it was a possibility, if I had failed, I would have gotten up and tried again. But I think my whole life has been a series of, well, let's see what happens. Regardless of what it is, you cannot not give yourself the opportunity to at least try. At least try. You owe that to yourself. And the more I do, the more I want to do. Because none of this was expected of me. So get up and do something with what has been given to you. And if something is not given to you, then you go and you work and you get it. Because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your community to do that.
Being a lawyer is indeed a great way to make a contribution, so I would encourage youngsters to think about that, to work hard and prepare themselves to do well in the law school admissions test, to do well in law school, and to consider the law not just as a way of helping themselves, but consider the law as a way that a professional can be independent to do the right thing, to do the things that need to be done.